Are you announcing?
I'm going to try it. I don't know if the system is. I don't know how well it'll work, but we'll try it. Good evening, curling fans, and welcome to the Fort Wayne Curling Club. Second night of action in the club championship. Draw number 3 of pool play. Featuring Team Nottingham. 1-0 coming into this. And Team Carlson, 1-1 in pool play after being upset by Benz last night. Michelle with the first. Throws it through. Ice apparently not quite as slow as she expected. Rob Jennings throwing a lead for Carlson. Looking at the out-turn draw. Looks like it's got quite a bit of weight on it. And he is also a little bit heavy. Michelle throwing her second. Definitely lighter than her first. And that's going to stop in the top 12. Jennings looking to set up the corner guard. Again, it looks like it might be a little heavy. Just hangs on in the wide side of the 12-foot. Sean Wall throwing second for Nottingham. Looking to put something somewhere around the tee line on the left side of the house. So ends up throwing a high guard. Either he was light or I misread the signal. Carlson now looking to come in behind that guard. Well, again, I misread the signal. He's playing a takeout on the it's down the top 12. Hits and stays. Andrew calling for the takeout. for the roll behind also. Looks like it's a little wide. I think he's going to get the takeout, but not the roll. Rolls just outside the house. I don't think that spun back in. Playing the in-turn. And that's going to be a little heavy, but I think it hangs on. So Carlson sitting 2 with a pair of biters. Jim Sharp throwing 3rd for Nottingham. Looks like he's going to take out the one on the left. See if he can get the inside. No, it looks like that's going to over curl, and so a miss for the Nottingham team. Tyler Hort getting ready to throw. Playing an in-turn draw to the right side. And is he going to sit? I'm not sure if he bumped the other red rock out. Can't see that on the monitor. So Carlson is sitting either 2 or 3. Nottingham apparently looking to throw on the same line. Sharpie's second one. I think that's light. Michelle's working it as hard as she can. And no, that's going to come up just short. So far, all the action in the wings. One high center guard. Nobody's shown any intent to draw behind it yet. Ty's second shot playing that same in-turn line. Trying to get him behind the guard that Sharpie just threw. Makes the house, but does not get buried. From the amount of broom he's giving, I think he might be trying to play the in-turn hit and then roll behind the guard. If it's successful, that would be shot rock. The line looks like they've got to hold the line. I think he's going wide with it. And well, he moves the Carlson rock to the other side of the sheet, but bad news for Nottingham is that they didn't get it out. The good news is it is wide open. Carlson sitting at least 3, maybe 4. Carlson looking at an in-turn coming in from the wide left. Not sure if he's trying to go in the house or if he's going to guard the shot rock. And he did neither. He wrecked on the guard. So Nottingham with a wide open shot on the shot rock. They would need to roll it to avoid giving Carlson an open hit for at least 3. Also still considering going behind the guard on the right. So he is electing to go with the in-turn, trying to get buried behind a guard. It's going wide. He may go plan B here and see if he can get a tap back. No, does not have the weight. And Carlson will have an open draw for 4 and maybe 5. This is the hammer, no need to worry about defense. Carlson looking to blow this game open early. Get it there? Yes, he did. And so that's either 4 or 5 for Carlson, depending on that back biter that we can't see on the monitor. We'll see what they post. Big hole for Nottingham. It was 5. In our other action, Rob Binn's team, after the big upset over Carlson last night, off to a good start in their game against Ian Harley's team. Binn's with 2 in the first. Over on sheet 1, Fisher versus Bockelman. First in still in progress, and almost all the rocks are still in play. Back to our feature sheet. Michelle has put her first shot into the top 12. I'm sorry, that was Jennings put his first shot in for Carlson. Michelle's first slides through the back. Bob Jennings, I believe, looking to tap this back into the house. He's losing the line. See if he might get a split out of it. Yes, he does. And the stone in the back, I believe, has gone out of the house. Again, hard to tell from this angle. So Carlson with still in the top 12 on the left wing. Michelle's second coming. Definitely lighter than the first. Okay. And this time a nice center guard. Well played. We're on sheet 2. Rob Binn's currently sitting 4. Still quite a few rocks in play, though. Kyle Richards with his first of his second stones for Carlson. Puts it on the center line in the back 12. A little deeper than he wanted, but it is behind the guard. And sitting 2. Sean Wall trying to come around for Nottingham. Had the line but not the weight, wrecked on the center guard. Kyle's second, coming in and sitting on top of his first in the back of the house. So Carlson sitting 4, but 3 of them behind the tee line. Still room for Nottingham to get in, but Carlson has cut the scoring area down a little bit. Sean's second shot. Line looks good. Don't know if he's got the weight. Yes, he does. Very nice. Sean right to the button and behind cover. Just about totally buried, but the guard is high enough. Ty might be able to freeze to it. I think Carlson would be quite happy to let them have their one. Line's a little wider than what Sean just threw. Coming in now. Is he going to get there? Yes, he's going to get right down to it. Nice shot by Ty for second shot. Okay, Sharpie probably looking to tap the red back, roll over next to the other yellow under cover. Nottingham really needs a multiple score this end after giving up 5 in the first. Sean working it hard, maybe a little light. Now he's got to let it curl. Here it comes. Taps it back, and he does sit 2. But that second shot is out in the open. Sharpie doing a little ice work at the far end. So Ty will try to come in off the yellow. Possibly for shot, or at least to cut it to 1. Might be light. Jennings is working it really hard. Now he's off. Line is good, and now it looks like the weight's good. Going to come right down to it. And roll it in, and I think that is shot. That's close. It's hard to tell from the monitor. It'd be my guess that those rocks will not be in the same position when this end is over. We're on sheet 2. Harley in trouble again. Ben sitting 3. Harley getting ready to shoot the hammer. Here comes Ty in. He clears the guard. Oh, Sharpie clearing the guard. Nottingham team currently sitting 2. Over on sheet 1, after all the rocks in play and a measurement, Fisher took 1 in the first. Looks like Bockelman currently sitting 1 over there. On sheet 2, Harley with the hammer against 3. Ian not happy. He doesn't think that's got the line or the weight. And it does come up short, and that's 3 more for Benz. So that will make it 5-0 Benz after 2. Back to our feature game. Tyler goes just a little bit wide on his attempt to draw down to the yellow rock in the back 4. Just past it. Nottingham still sitting 2. Certainly has a couple options to sit 3. He would prefer not to draw this all the way down, though. Leave it right at the top of the 4. That would block Carlson's path on that side. Ball now on the sweep. Did he sweep it in time? Is he going to get by the guard? Oh, he does. Right on the button, maybe just a little deeper than they wanted, but Sean had to sweep that hard to get it by the guard. And at the moment, Nottingham sitting 3. Chance to get right back in this game. So Dave and Ty have figured up their strategy. I'm guessing they're going to try to come down onto that stone on the button, which would cut them to 1. Key is going to be getting it past that yellow guard on the left side. Lots of room on this.
It's got a curl. Looks like it's hanging wide. Don't believe that's going to get to the button. So, Nottingham sitting, I believe he's sitting 2. Red Carlson Stone sitting just behind T-line. It looks like if Andrew can knock this back, not even knock it back, if he can tap it back about 3 inches and stay, Nottingham will be sitting 4. Calling a little light. They're calling Sean onto it. Looks like it's. Well, they're calling it for line. And I don't know if they're going to get. Don't think they're going to get by. They might be sitting in front of it though. Okay, they did not get to the Carlson rock. Well, that was the hammer. Okay. My fault, I lost count there. So it's at least 2. They've apparently made the decision. I think they decided on 3. Well, no, actually they're going to measure. The measurement for what may be the 3rd point. We'll see what they post here. And it looks like Sharpie just gave a signal 3. So a good comeback for Team Nottingham after that tough first end. Right back in the game, down 5-3. With the first lead stone for Nottingham. And it's going to slide just into the house, stopping the top 8. We'll see whether Carlson elects to take it out. And it looks like no, he's going to go for the center guard.
Got Ty working on it hard.
Clears the hog line. Now it looks like he's going to try to go ahead and get a biter since it's gone wide. And I don't believe he got the biter. So Michelle with her second. There she was trying to guard the rock in the house. Needs a little more line. Coming over. And that's pretty good. That buries about half the rock. Rob Jennings now with his second. We're still in the free guard zone, so he can't take this out. I believe he just nudged it. And he winds up on the back forefoot. Sean now being called for the hit and roll. Looks a little narrow. Michelle's on it right away. And he's going to bump the one in the house. Let's see what happens there. Oh, and they both go out. That's a tough result for Nottingham on that one. So right now, the only stone in the house is Carlson's in the back forefoot. Carlson does have the hammer in this end. Looks like they've gone to the straight draw call for Sean this time. Sharpie going to work on it. Not sure if he got on it quite soon enough. Let's see. Tough to tell from here. No, he wrecks on the guard. Might not have had the weight. Carlson, I believe, looking to come in through the port. Probably trying to keep it high. They're sweeping it pretty hard, though. And he wrecks on the yellow guard. So the center of the house is pretty well covered at the moment. Carlson sitting one with the only rock in the house. looks like this might be a run back. Sharpie trying to run the yellow guard back into the red shot rock. He's a little narrow. Michelle's on it right away. No, he doesn't have the line. Let's see if anything else can come out of it. And everything goes out the side. Now Carlson looking to put something in the house in front of the shot rock. Looking for a little more curl on this one. Weight looks good though. I think it's going to come right down to the shot rock. Actually going to bump it just a little. Maybe not. So, looks like maybe 3 or 4 inches away from being a total freeze. Don't know if Sharpie can get both with one shot. He can certainly get the back one. And if he could nose, he'd be in pretty good shape. Line looks better on this one. It's going to be a little bit off the right. What's he get? He gets... That's a pretty good result. Takes out the front red one. Rolls over to the edge of the 8-foot. And now Tyler throwing coming back to the house. He's not on the He's not going to get the yellow one that just came in. Trying to bury it. Just a biter. So Andrew will have a port to get to the shot rock. It's pretty tight, but it's there. Could be sitting 2 after this one. Over on sheet 2, Binns has taken 1 in the 3rd end and leads 6-0. Fisher took 3 in the 2nd, leading 4-0. And in our feature game here, currently 5-3 after 2 ends in favor of Carlson. Nottingham looking to go through the port. Sean sweeping it hard. Does he get through? Oh, he overswept it. They overswept it. It didn't take the turn and wrecked on the outside guard. I think Sharpie was expecting that to hook a little more. Or perhaps Andrew threw a little more weight than he was looking for. So, Dave Carlson's first shot. Looking to take out the second shot. On the left side 8-foot. Well, apparently it's not a takeout. From that way, that looks more like a draw. Or possibly a guard. Yes, I think he's actually going for the guard on the shot rock. Is he going to get enough? Into the 8-foot for second shot. But it's about 3 feet in front of the shot rock, and with the right angle, they could both go. Looks like just a touch on the low side of nose would get them both out. Dead nose might do it. Throwing some weight here. Sean not sweeping. And he's done it. Fine shot. Carlson Rock stays in the house, but well out into the 12. And so Nottingham sitting 2. So Carlson either with a double for 2 or a draw for 1. Let's see which he plays. From that amount of broom, looks like it might be the takeout. And it says takeout weight. See if he's got the line. Oh, he jams. Attempted double jams, and Nottingham steals 1. After 3 ends, Nottingham right back in the game after giving up 5 in the first. It's now 5-4. So Michelle with her guard. She's been a little heavy on her first few guards. Let's see how this one works out. Sean swept that one pretty hard. He may have overdone it. That's going to be a little heavy, and it looks like it's going to go out the back. Although I think that was a sweeping error rather than a throwing error. It looked like they worked that pretty hard in the middle and didn't need to. Carlson looking for the corner guard from Rob Jennings. That's a little bit left of the line, and it's taking off hard. That's going to be a very wide guard at best. Trying to catch a piece of the house. This would be quite a sweep if he does. And he keeps it in. Great sweep by Ty there to make that into something. So Carlson with a rock in the far left side of the 12-foot. Michelle looking for the corner guard again. Okay. This one is lighter. So they are going to get a guard. Not going to quite make it back to center. In fact, this looks like it could come into the house. And yes, just catches the edge of the house. So it looks like the plan here is for Rob to hit it and roll over. Well, no, apparently it's another corner guard. So where he was holding the broom, it looked like it would take out, but is he going to bring this one in or leave it as a guard? And they leave this one as a guard on the rock in the far reaches of the 12. I believe of the two biters, though, that is shot rock. So Sean delivering now. Possibly looking for a bump on Michelle's second stone. Line looks pretty good for it. Taps it back into the 4 and biting the button. Needed just a touch more curl. That is hanging out in the open, mostly exposed. Kyle looking. I think he's looking for the hit and roll to his left. That looks narrow, though. That's going to wreck on the guard. And no, it doesn't take out the. Well, they might take out their stone in the wings, but they didn't. Now Andrew looking to guard. Might be a little heavy. Looks like it's coming into the house. Might get, well, we're going to get a slight tap here. And, okay. Almost a freeze. Kyle can throw the big weight. There is a double there with the weight he can throw. If he can catch it, keep it on the high side. He does have the weight to pull this off. Here it comes. And he's out of the house. And oh, the shooter spun back in. I do believe it's close. From this angle, it looks like the shooter may have spun back in. Could be crucial later. Carlson does have the hammer.
Last shot you saw wasn't pretty.
Thanks for coming. So over on sheet 1, Bockelman with a good third end, taking 3. And they're right back in the game with Fisher, 4-3 after 3. Meanwhile, Harley throwing the hammer here in sheet end. Harley throwing the hammer
Yeah.
in the fourth end. Ben's currently appears to be sitting one. Let's see if he's got it. And they're looking closely at that. Going to be 1 point for somebody. Still talking about it. Debating whether to measure. And while they clear the other stones, meanwhile, Nottingham has put one in the top 12. Shot rock, but wide open. And here comes Ty. He's going to take out and probably stay. Rolls to the center line. Still in the top 12. So it looks like they will be measuring on sheet 2 for the 1 point. Like the moment Fisher sitting one. Sean Wall working this one hard. Oh, hope he didn't oversweep it. No, he didn't oversweep it. See if he can get a piece of the 8. Oh, it's. Well, if they were trying for shot, that was overswept. If they were trying to get behind the guard, that's probably the best they could do. So Carlson with the, appears that the red rock in the top 12, biting the 8, is shot at the moment. Looks like he's going to come down and bump the yellow rock in the left side 12. If he makes that, he would be sitting at least 3, maybe 4. See if he gets by the guard here. I don't think he's going to. He wrecks on the guard, but he rolls in. So a good plan B. Carlson sitting 2. Both exposed, but the angle for a double is tough. Over on sheet 2, Ben's got the point on that measurement. They now lead 7-0 after 4 ends. Fourth end still in progress between Fisher and Bockelman. It looks like Bockelman is now sitting 1 and behind cover. Under the line they've called, I don't think they're going for a double. Looks like he might be playing a hit and possibly rolling to the outside to add more protection for that second or third shot yellow, which would be second if he makes the hit. Michelle working it hard. It may be light. He calls her off. And looks like he's going to get the hit. A small roll. Now, if they hit and stay here, they will be second shot. Carlson. Over on one. Now it looks like Fisher is sitting one. Oh. Yeah, did you need anything? Okay. Okay. So Carlson looking to take out the yellow, and not sure if he's looking for the double. That's a tough angle. Have to be a really skinny double to pull this off. It's got a chance. No, just over the top. And it knocks out the one rock that was definitely in the house. They may still have a biter there. Went down to take a closer look, and I still can't tell if that's a biter in the back left corner. So Andrew Nottingham throwing his last shot. Looking to take out the Carlson rock. Sit two. Looking for the force. Good shot by Andrew. Looks like he's going to play, rather than drawing to the house, looks like he's going to try the hit and roll in. Either way, it's only for one. The angle on that double is not there. Trying to hold it. Don't know if he's going to hold the shooter. He does not. And it's a steal of one for Nottingham, and after four ends. Bit of a surprise. After Carlson took five in the first, it looked pretty bleak for Nottingham, but they've come back and tied it up. After four ends, score tied at 5. Binns and Harley still playing the fifth end. Binns leading 7-0. Looks like Harley may be sitting one, but surrounded by red rocks. Binns would probably be quite happy to give them the one here. Over on sheet one, that game a little behind due to the earlier measurement. And Michelle throws a perfect center guard. Maybe 6 inches out of the house. Nicely done. And we'll see what Jennings decides to go with strategically. He's still going with the corner guard. Sound strategy, but they haven't executed it well in the last 3 ends. Let Nottingham get right back in the game. Corner guard again headed pretty wide, but it looks like he may get a piece of the house. And he does, well out into the 12-foot. Michelle looking at her second. Looks like she's going to try to come in behind that center guard she just threw. I think she's a little narrow. Sean working on it hard. They might, if the weight's there, they might have a tap back. It's a little light. Actually quite a bit light. They let it go wide to the right. I know. Michelle looking back here wondering what happened on that rock. So Jennings now trying to go to the right side, looking to split the house. Trying to bury it, it's not quite going to bury. Certainly have the separation. No, this one into the back 8. So Andrew calling for Sean to bump that out and roll over behind the guards. Starting out a little wide. Sharpie not sweeping yet. Line's getting better. That's a pretty good shot. Didn't knock Carlson out, but did knock him out into the 12. Rolled the shooter behind cover. Free guard zone is over now, so Carlson will be able to start running some guards. So not sure if this is a straight peel or if he's trying to run it back. Either way, something's going to move. Ty throwing some serious weight. Looks like he's going to be a little wide. He's just going to chip that guard. So he chips away the guard on the right side, covering the shot rock. See what Andrew is looking at here. Certainly regarding the shot rock is an option. Or trying to draw behind the center guard. I think he's going to draw behind the center guard. Shot on its way. Getting back in. I don't think he's going to get all. Well, I don't know. That's hooking quite a bit at the end. He's actually going to guard. He's going to regard. That's a biter guard. From the hack, I'm thinking that maybe a sliver sticking out on the right side for Kyle, but looks like they're going to blow up some guards. Tyler throwing some weight. See if he can get rid of both. Only got the center guard. Shot rock still there. And the biter just right of center. Shot rock still almost completely buried. And Sharpie's going to try to put the center guard back. Over on sheet one, Bockelman took one in the fourth, stole one in the fourth to tie the game. So here's Sharpie's guard attempt. Michelle working it hard. Line is good if it gets over. It's got to stop now. Okay. Slightly over curled, but not bad. I believe Dave is just going to, looks like he's going to call the hit. Clear away at least one of the guards. Here's the hit. Looking a little wide. Only chips the top guard. Nottingham still with the shot rock behind cover. Looking for the steal to take the lead here in the fifth end. We're on sheet two. Harley picked up a point in the fifth end, so Ben's now leading 7-1 after 5. Sharpie's second shot. I believe he's looking for a center guard again. This one's got a little more weight than the last guard. Waiting for the turn. Line's getting better, maybe a little deep. A little deep, came into the top 8. Could be dangerous. That leaves Carlson a chance for a double. Carlson does have that rock in the far left 12 and the one in the back right 12, and if he can pull off this double, he's going to be sitting probably 3. after some okay. Tyler coming on the takeout. Rob on it hard. Looks like he's got. No, he shoots the guard wide. Rolls in for a biter. Actually took out Carlson's backstone on the right side. So Nottingham sitting 1-2. Carlson 3 with the back left zone. Top biter. See what Andrew's calling here. That line, it could either be a guard or a tap back on the top yellow. Pretty wide line to start with. See if it comes back. That line does tend to hang. Coming back now. Looking for the guard. And that's a pretty good shot. He's left about half the shot rock exposed. Definitely cut down the path for a run back on the top rock. Carlson does have a chance to draw onto the back rock. Okay, so Carlson's first. Nottingham sitting 2. It's pretty light. He's got Rob working it right away. Jennings still working it hard. Not sure it's got the weight. Still sweeping. And he comes into the top 12. Could conceivably run that back onto the shot rock with his next shot, but not an easy angle. So Andrew Nottingham's final rock of the 5th end. So the question is, do you run the yellow run? Do you guard the yellow run back, or the red run back farther out? Say from that initial line, he might be looking to guard the red yellow. Sean working it hard to get over the line. And that comes down very nicely. That's probably going to take away the red-yellow run back. Yellow run back is tough because stone in the top 8 partially cuts off that path. The other option is to go through the port between the red and yellow guards, run the yellow in the 8-foot back into the shot rock. If he pulls it off, it's a shot for 4. If he doesn't, it could be another steal. Carlson with the throw, not throwing big weight here. Kyle on it. Rex on the guard. And it's another steal of 2 for Nottingham. From 5-0 down after 1, now leading 7-5. Cool comeback by the Ice Boys. Fisher-Bockelman game over on sheet 1, nearing the end of the 5th end. It looks like Bockelman may be sitting 1, but in the back of the house. A lot of guards out front. On sheet 2, Ben's sitting 3, throwing his first skip rock. They do have the hammer here. Michelle's first guard is a little heavy. And let's see if it stays in the back of the house. It does not. Ben sitting 3, Ian throwing against 3 with his last rock on sheet 2. If he doesn't make this, it could be handshakes. Rob Jennings with his first in our feature game. Nottingham now leading 9-7. Jennings with the center guard. And well, it depends. It was either overswept as a center guard or it was brought biting the 4-foot intentionally. But that does give Andrew the chance to take it out, and well, he had given Michelle the signal to take it out. Now I think he's still taking it out. He's gone to the other side. He's gone to the in-turn side. Not much broom. Michelle doesn't normally throw big weight. But this looks pretty good. If anything, she's throwing it too well. No, she does catch it, though. I think they were expecting a little more curl, but she does get the takeout and clear the house. Good outcome for Nottingham. Jennings throwing his second. Again, I'm not sure if they were looking to bring it into the house, but they're going to. This one's going to sit just into the 12-foot behind the tee line. And he's going to call Sean asking for the freeze here. And it looks like the Benz game is over. I believe they scored 3 in that last end, which would make it 10-1. That puts Benz 2-0 in Pool B. Game remaining against Nottingham. If this result holds up, it could set up a possibility of a 3-way tie in Pool B. Nice freeze by Kyle there.
We had a whiskey, that's what we did. That's what we did. Did we have a whiskey going on? Yeah, we did.
All right, so Benz goes 2-0 in Pool B. Harley goes 0-3. Sharpie looking to freeze Sean on top of the freeze.
But they played very well. I think they did. Every show you're under a little pressure.
And gets a corner freeze. Good result. If they hit that, if Red hits that, they're probably going to lose their shooter. And their shot rock. Their second shot now. Boy, nice placement by Sean on that one. Looks like this might be just a down weight hit. Playing too much ice for a big hit. Coming down now. They're going to get down to it. They bump in off the corner freeze, slightly dislodging the corner freeze, but shooter did roll out into the open. Enough space there so he can take that either direction. Nottingham and Sharp. Trying to figure out best course of action here.
You know what? This race is to be interesting. Not creepy.
Back on sheet 1. Fisher took 1 in the 5th, and they now lead 5-4 after 5. Early in the 6th end. Andrew, I believe he's looking for the out-turn hit on the red. Not sure where he's going to want the shooter to go. That's got to come down a little. It's got to come down. It's on the yellow right now. That's got to come down. Oh, he got it. He caught his yellow first, but he did get enough of the Carlson rock to take it out. So Nottingham sitting 2. Shot on the top of the button, wide open. And Ty looking to hit and roll over in front of the other Nottingham rock. Straight nose hit by Tyler. And now that leaves Carlson exposed in the top of the forefoot. And Sharpie will be looking to take that out. And wanting to keep some distance between the shooter. Well, Sean's going to have to go hard. This is fading off. I think he's going to get a piece. He may not keep the shooter, though. No, he's going to lose the shooter. Does get the takeout. Recapping, Carlson took 5 in the first. Nottingham came right back with 3 in the second. Stole 1 in the fourth, stole 1 in the fifth, and stole 1 in the third, stole 1 in the fourth, and then stole 2 in the fifth to take a 7-5 lead. Carlson with the hammer here. Tyler Hoyt throwing. Looked like that was supposed to be a freeze down to the yellow, but it really didn't curl much. And it's going to be too strong. Out the back. Quick decision by the Nottingham team. They're going to look to put one somewhere on the left side and split the house. They'd be very happy with the force this end. That's got to slow down. They're looking better now. And actually it looks like it's going to be pretty good. It's got to stop. Yikes. Oh my. Well, I misread that one, and apparently so did they. Slides out the back. So now, Carlson could try to pick that out, but it'd be very tough to keep the shooter at the angle that he would have to hit it. Dead nose would jam on the edge of the red and take it out, taking away the second point. Carlson getting ready to throw his first rock. Sixth end. Nottingham leading 7-5. Quite a bit of broom here. It looks like he might be trying to corner freeze on the yellow. Here comes, and Kyle working it hard right away. Working it hard. Don't think he's going to get it all the way there. Still going. And he did get it to Shot Rock. Great sweep by Ty, but it is still out in the open. So if Andrew can hit and stay in the house, going to make it very difficult for Dave to do anything other than draw for one. Straight nose hit would be ideal here. Comes. Has he got it? Well, actually even better. Got just a big enough piece of his own rock to nudge Carlson's out, and now Nottingham sitting 2. Carlson either looking at a tough double. Actually doesn't need the tough double. Nose hit on the top rock. We'll get him one. Only reason he might try the double would be to get the blank. Not a lot of time spent discussing this shot. Looks like it's a pretty simple option. Direct nose hit for one. It's got to come in a little. Got to come in a little. Let's see, he's a little off nose. See what kind of roll he gets. Oh, and he loses the shooter, and it's another steal for Nottingham. That makes it 8-5 after 6. Quite a turnaround this game. Just joining us, Carlson took 5 in the first, and it looked like it was going to be over early. Nottingham came right back with 3 in the second, stole 1 in the fourth, stole 1 in the fifth, stole 2. Wait a minute, let me try that again. Took 3 in the second, stole 1 in the third, stole 1 in the fourth, stole 2 in the fifth, and stole 1 in the sixth. So it's now 8-5 in favor of Nottingham, going into the 7th end. Michelle's first, looking for a guard. And she throws it. A medium depth guard just off center. Not a bad result. Carlson down 3 with 2 to play. Over on sheet 1. Here's that Fisher is currently sitting 1. They're in the 6th end. I think we're down to skip rocks. Carlson. It looks like this time rather than the... Well, okay, they quit sweeping it and they left it as a guard this time. He had been bringing those into the house. This time he elects to leave it a corner guard. It's fairly wide. And so Andrew's going to have Michelle draw in behind the guard that she just threw. Okay. And let's see how the weight looks on this one. Sean not on it yet. Line looks good. Oh no, he may have waited too long. Yes, that's going to crash. Don't think it had the weight to get to the house anyway. Gives him a little wider guard just off center. Now we'll see who can get there first. Last few ends, Nottingham's done a better job with the center guards. Kyle trying to come in behind the guards, and this time it looks like he's got it in there. If it stops. It's to the back four. And just at the edge of the back four. Well buried. Good start there for Carlson. Trailing by 3, really needing to do something here in the 7th. Sean trying to get around the guards. Did he make it? He's around the guards, but he doesn't have enough to get to the house. Certainly a pile of center guards there for the Yellows. At least this end, Carlson seems to be getting the better use from the center guards. We're on sheet 1. Nice shot by Craig. Take out the red shot rock, and it looks like Craig is sitting 2. But Ackelman does have the hammer. And the shot Craig threw is out in the open. We would switch over to that game, except that I don't have enough microphone cord to get over to that sheet. So staying with our feature game here. Sean Wall looking to draw behind. Neutralize that shot that Tyler just threw. It's on a good line if it's got the weight. Shell getting off now. It's got plenty of line. It's got to come over. Now she's got to go. She's going hard. Coming down to the second Carlson rock. Just a little bit short on the weight. A little more weight and they might have made it around. So Carlson sitting 2 and pretty well protected. We'll see if Nottingham starts clearing out guards with the next shot.
How's it going, Bob?
Oh, pretty good. Just trying commentary here.
Ah.
I don't know if it'll work or not. Andrew didn't know how good the setup was, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
Been a good game, though. You see the scoreboard? Carlson took 5 in the first, and Nottingham took 3. Stole 1, stole 1, stole 2, stole 1.
Close game?
Yeah, it's 7-5. 8-5.
8-5, yeah.
But Carlson's got 2 buried here.
Yeah. We're playing Nottingham tonight.
No.
Bockelman.
We're playing Bockelman, and it's on 4.
4. Okay.
And
Have you been able to tell which side is fast and which side is slow?
no, but I don't think this line on the board side, it doesn't look like it's... They're getting some curl off of that side.
Can you get some curl?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Kyle throws up the guard on the right side. Pretty much shuts off that access. So we're going to see if Sharpie decides to draw or if he's just going to blow up the middle. With that line, I'd say he might be trying to get back and bump the yellow that Sean just threw. See what kind of curl he's going to get. It's got to curl more. He didn't get the curl he wanted, and he's going to be a little deep.
Yep.
So
True.
Carlson looks like he's trying to set something up in the front, either a guard or a biter, to cut off access to the yellow rock in the top of the 8. That would seem to suggest he's protecting his 2 rather than to go for a 3rd, at least with this shot. So here's Ty with the shot. Kyle on the sweep, just cleaning so far. Just cleaning. Dave apparently happy with the line for a guard. A well-positioned guard, but there still is a port. There's a port to at least get the second shot. On the other hand, Nottingham may be content to let them have their 2 and come home up 1 with the hammer. He may be looking just to cut off access to the 3rd. Fairly long discussion on this one. Back over on sheet 1, it looks like Bockelman took 3 in the 6th. Now leading Fisher, 7-5. You know, if Bockelman wins that game, we're beating Bockelman, I think we're the number 1 seed.
Number 1.
I think we have the best of the 3.
Didn't Craig get 9?
Oh, no, Craig did. That's right.
Yeah.
They were second.
Yeah, we're second.
We'd still be okay. So I didn't think that was kind of play. Craig went 3-0. The way they play against us. And he still might. He's only down 2.
Did they have 1 game or 2 games last night?
Just one. They got Emily next.
Emily next, and
Yeah.
that's tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Were there only 2 games at 5?
no,
No?
no. Ben's beat Ian 10-1.
10-1. Woo!
Okay, Sharpie tried to peel some guards. Got rid of the top guard, not much else. And now down to Ty's last shot. Then we'll be in the skip rocks. So Carlson still sitting 2.
We were curling goals. There's no other way to describe it. I say we, have to take credit for this.
Dave making his way down. And it looks like he's called a guard here. Calling a guard to cut off the run back possibilities on the 2 yellow center guards. Again, looking like he's content to, at least for now, protect his 2 rather than going for the 3rd. There is still a port there on the left for whoever decides to use it. This looks a little wider than he wanted it.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
These games have a time limit?
No.
Okay.
Games don't have a time limit. This pizza might.
We're really big Nottingham fans right now.
Well,
We need Nottingham.
well, the game over there. I could throw our pool into a big.
Oh, is Craig's team down?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Bockelman next. If this holds up, we all end up 2-1.
We can't end up 2-1 because we're not going to have any luck with our LSDs.
Well, if that happens, I think we're second on ours.
Kyle, it's getting interesting out there.
More interesting than I thought it was going to be after the first night. Yeah. Well, we saw you guys take 5-1. I was hoping.
Nottingham now trying to decide what direction they want to take.
Yeah, ours, are you playing color commentary right now? We're just hitting the goal.
Andrew's first rock.
Right now, I don't even know what he's trying to do. You know,
Looks like he might be going to try the come around. Sharpie's got a wide broom out for him. I don't think he can get to the shot rock, but he could get in for second.
what do you do? We scored 5 in the first, and you get to the center line, and it like just turns. It's too wide.
So far,
They caught
no action yet. That looks pretty wide.
allowed us to keep going.
It's going to have to break in at the end.
Not gonna come back.
Now they're playing it for the wick. They're playing for the wick off the red.
Oh, you're kidding.
And,
Oh, my goodness.
oh no, not quite. Not quite.
Good luck.
Carlson still sitting 2.
Yep.
And Dave will be throwing his first rock.
Thank you.
After you fell the first time, I was like, you need a helmet. Thank you.
Dave and Ty still discussing what they want to do with this shot. Dave looking at the same in-off that Andrew just threw. Although I think Andrew's was accidental. Dave looking to do it on purpose. Looks like half a rock would probably roll him right over in front of the yellow and sitting 3. Not an easy shot, though. It's there with the right weight. Does need to be careful not to come over too hard off the target stone. Okay, with that weight, he's that looks light, and they're sweeping it hard.
I don't know if they're just.
And no, he wrecks on the guard.
Oh, he almost. Oh, guess what? That opens that draw.
Yes, that does. That opens up the draw now.
And here's the thing: even if he goes deep and freezes on that back yellow, I think he still ends up out counting that red.
That would be close. So Andrew coming up for his last shot. The miss by Carlson does leave a port. It's not a big port. Andrew does have a chance, though, to get in and possibly cut to 1. Moving Sharpie over just a little bit. On its way. And he's got Sean sweeping it. Line's good. Let's see if he's got the weight. See if he can get by that guard. And no, he crashes on the guard. Oh, and he opens up the port even wider for Carlson. Carlson now with a clear hit for 3 to tie the game. Actually, either a hit or a draw. Has both options available. Given the broom that he's holding, it looks like it's going to be a draw for 3. If he makes this, they'll be coming home tied. Nottingham will have the hammer. But he's got to make this first. Does seem to hook fairly hard at the end. He's got to watch for that guard. Kyle. Not on hard. Now he's on it hard. It could be over curling. Oh, it stays in. Looks like 3. Definitely 2. From this angle, it looks like 3. Definitely 3. They've moved everything. Oh, a big 3 for Carlson. But Nottingham will have the hammer coming home. We're on sheet 1. We're in the 7th end. Ackelman leading by 2, and it looks like he may be sitting 1. The first time Nottingham's had the hammer since the 2nd end. Jennings, first center guard, puts it right on the center line. About 2/3 of the way out to the hog line. Now Andrew's going to see if, looks like he's going to have Michelle try to come in behind it. Line looks good. So far, Sean just cleaning. Looking pretty good if it can finish a little more. Okay. Okay. Pretty good shot by Michelle. She didn't quite get it all the way buried. Actually, maybe a quarter buried. So Rob looking for the freeze here. Well, that's hooking quickly. That's hooking quickly. I think he's going to wreck on his guard. Yes, he is. Now let's see if he moves it. Does split the guards, though. So the shot stone is wide open. And, okay, Andrew, instead of setting up the corner guard, he's going to have Michelle come in and try to hide behind the guard on the left. There's Michelle. Line looks good. Maybe light. Sharpie's on it. Okay, so that is going to be light. Let's see where that ends up. Okay. Does bump the Carlson guard a little wider. Okay. Waterstone's in play over on sheet 1. Looks like Craig might be sitting 1 at the moment.
What's the plan, Mr. Bob? What's the plan, pal?
Same thing we did the second game last night. Play better. Huh? Play better. Clog up the middle.
I played good last night. I was leaving a lot of stuff. The reason that one shot over to the side, the guard,
Yeah.
every skip I've had, I've never seen anybody call that. What is
The
your
corner,
thinking?
the corner guard?
Yeah.
The idea is put a corner guard there, and then we hide stuff behind it. So we can go for more than 1 point. If we can get one buried behind the corner guard, then we leave the middle open for our last shot.
Well, that's a real tough shot. So I'm able to do that now, but I just didn't understand the reason of it because I've never had a skip call. I've never had Nottingham call it. I've never had Ian call it. I never had Greg call it. I've never,
We'll see.
no one's ever called it.
We'll see if the occasion calls for it.
All right. Sounds good. 'Cause I'm not sure if Adam or Tom can make that corner
Yeah.
shot, you know?
I think we'll just try to clog up the middle.
Yeah,
The
I
middle,
like
the
that
middle and the
better.
top.
Yeah.
But again, just depends on what we're looking at.
Well, if I'm setting it up, and I'll be able to set it up against Mark.
Yeah.
So if I set it up, we'll be okay.
Okay.
That's what happened in that
Some-
second game. We had it all clogged up.
Some commentary on the upcoming Lekron-Bockelman game from Lekron lead Phil Masalem. And now we have Kyle throwing his second shot. Looks like he's trying to come in and sit on the shot rock on the button. Maybe bump it back. Is he going to get by the guard? He is not. So right now there is a clear shot at the shot rock. Also a couple of tap back possibilities. Let's see what Andrew decides to do with this. A guard in the hole would be the first thing that comes to mind, and I bet that's what he's going to call. Would leave a run back if he can get it just to the right of center line. He might be able to get some interference on the run back from the red stone they just threw. He's coming in looking a little wide at first. Okay, it's off the red guard now. Coming in, actually looks like it's going to be pretty good. Well, might have been better if that had gone about another 6 inches. There is a direct run back there, but it's tight clearing the yellow guard. And if he catches it the least bit high, it's going to crash on the red guard, or the red in the top 12. So the Carlson Brain Trust out at the hog line reviewing the options. Yellow run back probably jams because they really can't get an angle on it with those guards where they are. That might be why they're taking so long, because that would be the obvious choice. But it may be the right one. There is a possibility of a red-yellow run back using the guard on the shooter's left. Could also angle raise the red on the shooter's right in the top 12. Or Dave may come up with something completely different. He's certainly pointing him some directions that I can't quite understand at the moment. Looks like the game on sheet 1 has ended. I did not see the final end, but with the score the way it was, I'm guessing that Bockelman may have won that game, since they were ahead by 2 going into the 7th, and they're not playing the 8th. If that's the case, that would make Fisher, Bockelman, and Lekron all 1-1 in Pool A. Means that quite possibly the Lekron Bockelman game on sheet 4 coming up next would be for a playoff spot. Meanwhile, Team Carlson has made up their mind, their collective mind, and okay. So this will be Ty's shot up. I have no idea what they called here. Dave was pointing in several different directions. The straight back yellow run is going to be tough to get the angle with those guards there. With that boom, it looks like he's coming straight and hard on the yellow. Looks to me like that jams at that angle. I don't think he can go left with it with the red and the 12 foot. Now let's see. I think he's a little inside. Is he going to get? Oh, he got it! Spectacular shot. I'd be worthy of a cowbell if I had one handy. Virtual cowbell. There it is. Okay, so Carlson did get the double, but they did leave a wide open stone in the top 12. If he can get just to the low side of this, he could roll in behind cover. Because Carlson's shooter on that last shot did stay in a guarding position. Here it comes. Sharpe trying hard to hold it. Does he get it? Gets the roll. In behind cover. Yeah, cowbell that one.
They're both really good teams. They deserve the cowbell.
So a fine shot by Sharpe there. Regains the advantage for Nottingham. They're probably going to have to play some kind of run back here.
I know, we beat Boston, then we beat the second place, then we cross over to play the first place team and who would
Yeah, I think we're second on the draw of the button if it comes up all 3, 2, and 1.
Well, we can't end up all 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah, we could. The other team be 0 and 3.
Uh-oh, that's trouble. That's
They clipped the guard. Needed just a touch more weight or a touch more line. So, Nottingham sitting, I believe, 2.
I think they need to guard it up. What do you think?
I think they're certainly considering that. Although if they guard it, it does leave a tap back.
It does. But
They could just
be square.
They could just blow it out.
They could do the dreaded high guard.
Several options here.
What do you think, Adam?
From the boom he's giving, it looks like he's going to go ahead and take it out.
Take out the red and have the yellow sit there.
Yeah.
Sharpe can make the shot.
Yeah.
He's got to hit it square. You don't
Are they
want to
currently
go
laying
either
2 or 1?
Yeah. What's that?
Are they laying 2 or 1?
I believe Nottingham laying 2. Don't really have a good angle on that one in the top 12. Let's see. That looks like it might be tight. Sean holding it hard. Now he's off. And he's going to catch just a little bit of an outward roll. And that does open the port again. The port is open. The question is, can he put it any place where?
That's why I wanted to guard it up.
Can he put it anywhere where Andrew can't get to it?
Yeah.
Well, he did take away the tap back though.
He did.
Because even if there was a guard, you could play a guard red tap back.
Yeah.
And that's a shot that Carlson loves.
Yeah, he also likes the wide open. Come around. What do you think, Craig? Would you have guarded it up on the last one or taken the red? I would take the red. It's really good. If you notice it, you've got to guard it and everything else, and you're taking the top off.
Carlson now looking at his first shot. We're down to skip rocks now. Tied at 8 in the 8th end. Nottingham currently sitting, I believe, 2. Not 100% sure about the second rock.
He's right.
So, there's Carlson. Like he's probably going to try to bury it behind the center guards. Jennings working it hard. Working it hard. Now he's off. Carlson into the house.
Wow. That thing is bit.
Beautifully played by Carlson there. And suddenly Nottingham is in a bit of trouble. I don't know if they've got a direct shot on it. He may just have to blow some things up and hope he has something with his second. Nottingham does have the hammer here.
He doesn't have to hit much of it.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to hit much of it.
Yeah, but he's got to move it. He's got to move it a good 5 feet.
It would be nice if we could, do they have cameras too?
They might, I'm not sure. They do have their own live streaming of the sports,
Why
but
don't we unplug this?
we just have, but I'm just saying there's an option, so there's other high schools that may have the same kind of broadcasting.
I guess I'll unplug this unless somebody wants to be commentary on it. Or else we'll get a whole lot of chatter from this room.
You almost have to have one of those,